Today on the Daily Scoop podcast from the Scoop News Group, Anthropic announces Claude Gov for national security customers. And the Trump administration rebrands the AI Safety Institute. It's Friday, June 6, 2025. Welcome to the Daily Scoop podcast, where you'll hear the latest news and trends facing government leaders. I'm the host of the Daily Scoop podcast, Billy Mitchell. Thanks so much for joining me. Now let's dive into today's top headlines. Anthropic announced Thursday that it is releasing Claude Gov to U.S. national security customers, an exclusive set of AI models that is already in the hands of some government agencies. The new government AI product, which Anthropic detailed in a blog post, comes as several companies compete to sell emerging technology tools to federal agencies. At stake is new business and the prestige of working on serious government missions. Earlier this year, OpenAI released ChatGPT Gov, a specialized version of its chatbot, and the company recently announced that the Space Force and the Air Force Research Lab were the product's first customers. Meanwhile, Department of Government Efficiency representatives have reportedly been advocating for the use of Grok, the chatbot produced by Elon Musk's firm xAI within the Department of Homeland Security. AI companies have been partnering with cloud providers already approved through the FedRAMP process, which is now undergoing a major overhaul in order to boost their technology's presence in government. Anthropic said the models available under Claude Gov are designed to handle classified materials, perform better in languages and dialects critical to national security, and have a greater understanding of the intelligence and defense contexts. In other news, Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick announced plans this week to reform the department's AI Safety Institute into a new body called the Center for AI Standards and Innovation. The new name signals a shift away from the term safety and toward a desire for rapid development of the technology, though the primary role of the renamed body appears to be more or less the same. The center, like the AISI, will continue to evaluate the capabilities and vulnerabilities of the growing technology and serve as the primary point of contact for industry in the government. Lutnick said in a written statement that, quote, "For far too long, censorship and regulations have been used under the guise of national security. Innovators will no longer be limited by these standards," and said that the CAISI will evaluate and enhance U.S. innovation of these rapidly developing commercial AI systems while ensuring they remain secure to our national security standards. The change to the body housed within the National Institute of Standards and Technology comes as the Trump administration seeks to put its own mark on the federal government's approach to AI. Thus far, President Donald Trump repealed former President Joe Biden's AI executive order and signed one of his own, signaling some change. But while rhetoric over the technology has differed between the two administrations, several activities have carried over. That includes the federal government's approach to AI governance, using federal lands for data centers to fuel AI, and now maintaining the core responsibilities of what was the AISI. For more news at the intersection of the federal government and technology, make sure to visit fedscoop.com. Thanks so much for tuning in to another episode of the Daily Scoop podcast, available on all podcast platforms. If you've already rated the podcast on your platform of choice, thanks so much. High ratings and good reviews of the show help more people to find it. The Daily Scoop podcast is a production of the Scoop News Group in Washington, D.C. Adam Butler and Carlin Fisher help put the show together, and the entire Scoop News Group team contributes. We'll be back next week with more top headlines. Until then, I'm your host, Billy Mitchell. Thanks so much for listening.